Here are 50 amazing facts to blow your mind. There was a group called Les Horribles Cernet. It was a parody pop group made up of CERN employees, and they performed primarily at events for physicists. In 1992, a colleague asked for a photo to upload to his invention, the World Wide Web. They scanned a photo of him, and it was the first photo uploaded to the internet. Many physiological effects of sauna use are similar to those from moderate to vigorous exercise. A study of 2,000 plus middle-aged men showed that frequent sauna users had a 40% lower risk of death from all causes versus infrequent users. After struggling as a songwriter, Chris Christopherson tried to pitch his music to Johnny Cash. When he didn't get any response, Christopherson, who was a National Guard pilot, landed his army helicopter on Cash's lawn. The two performed together not long after. The Agatha Christie novel, And Then There Were None, has been published under several titles. In the US, from 1964 to 1986, it was called 10 Little Indians. Originally published in 1939 in the UK, the original title was 10 Little N-Words. I'm not even touching that one, and it was used until 1985. The term losing one's religion, as in the REM song, does not mean to become an atheist, but rather to lose one's temper and become angry. In the UK, the Home Secretary was required to attend royal births to verify an heir to the throne was legitimately born. The US Coast Guard was originally operated by the US Department of the Treasury. It was originally created in 1790 at the request of Alexander Hamilton to collect customs duties at US seaports, and was the United States' only armed maritime service until the US Navy started in 1798. Vo Thi Sao was a teen girl assassin of French colonial Vietnam origin who assassinated several French and pro-French Vietnamese individuals before the age of 17. The last living veteran of the 1853 Crimean War died in 2004. Timothy, a Greek tortoise captured from a Portuguese ship, served as a mascot throughout the war. Because 22% of the US gold reserves are stored there, the US National Park Service withholds from the public for security reasons the street address of the West Point Mint. In 1945, the adult literacy rate in South Korea was estimated at 22%. In 1970, adult literacy was 87.6%. By the late 1980s, sources estimated it to be around 93%. Isoroku Yamamoto, who planned the attack on Pearl Harbor, once studied at Harvard University in the United States and was appointed naval attaché to the Japanese embassy in Washington. Betty White, best known for the Golden Girls, made history in 1954 by refusing to remove black tap dancer Arthur Duncan from her show despite pressure from Southern TV stations. She stood firm, saying he stays, but the show lost syndication and was canceled after the same year. William Knudsen was a Danish-born American who became the president at GM, transitioned over to lieutenant general in the Army during World War II, and oversaw a 15 times growth in American production capacity while taking a salary of just $1 a year. Stephen Doran was arrested in 2013 for drug trafficking, and he would appear in court with a clean-shaven head, and it later being found that he had been battling with cancer. He had been inspired by Breaking Bad to take things into his own hands and earn cash for his surgery and therapy. The 3 reactors that melted down at Fukushima in 2011 were built in the 1960s and early 70s and were actually older than the reactors at Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island. Early on, British scientists used the aluminium spelling, while American scientists used the aluminum spelling from the start. By majority usage, the UK switched to aluminum after 1827, and the USA switched to aluminium in the 1890s. A woman with Prosoppometamorphopsia had a history of seeing people's faces morph into dragon-like faces. After a few minutes, she'd see faces turn black, grow long, pointy ears and a protruding snout, and even display a reptiloid skin and huge eyes in a bright color. Treatment eventually helped control it. PlayStation 3 used to have a feature called Other OS, which was an official way to run Linux and free BSD distributions on the PS3. Sony later removed this in a patch. Mel Gibson was the Coen brothers' first choice to play the dude in Big Lebowski. Frederick Banting, at 30, discovered insulin and sold the patent for $1 to the University of Toronto. He won the Nobel Prize at 32. Over 150 million people today depend on this life-saving drug. Also, he helped develop the very first pilot G suit. Jeffrey Everest Hinton, the godfather of AI, is named after his ancestor George Everest, whom Mount Everest was named. He also descends from George Boole, one of the first fathers of modern computing. In 1990, Coca-Cola ended its Magic Cans promotion due to negative publicity after a number of special mechanical cans containing prizes such as cash or gift certificates malfunctioned. In one instance, a faulty seal caused an 11-year-old boy to drink a foul-tasting chlorinated liquid. Initially mocked for lacking talent and personality, Ed Sullivan's show succeeded by booking diverse, talented performers and judging solely on ability. His unbiased approach earned a loyal audience. When criticized for no personality, he replied, excuse me for this, "Dear Mr. Van Horn, you Sincerely, Ed." During the funeral of William Sherman, Joseph Johnston served as pallbearer. He kept his hat off in respect despite rainy weather. When told to put on his hat, he refused on the idea Sherman would not put on a hat at Johnston's funeral. He died the next month due to a cold caught that day. African elephants addressed one another with individually specific name-like calls. Leonard Nimoy was the narrator of Seaman, a 2000 Sega Dreamcast virtual pet simulator that had you use a microphone to converse with a moody, sarcastic manfish. In 1943, the Steelers and the Eagles once made a combo team called the Steagulls due to a player shortage resulting from World War II. The character Kirby was named after a lawyer who successfully defended Nintendo against Universal Studios in a copyright dispute over a game, Donkey Kong. Star Trek was broadcast in Canada first before America. Just 2% of Chinese women smoke tobacco, while more than half of Chinese men, or 50.8%, do. Herodotus is widely considered to be history's first historian. He was a Greek writer and geographer from the 5th century BCE, and he authorized the Histories, the earliest known systematic account of the past. People with severe aphasia or language loss from left brain damage often retain the ability to swear normally even when they've lost most other speech abilities. Two high schools in West Bend, Wisconsin share a single building, with the one you attend being determined by your birthday. Students that are born on even dates attend West Bend East, while those born on odd dates attend West Bend West. During broad daylight, the planet Venus appeared in the sky above Abraham Lincoln's inauguration, March 4, 1865. At the 2025 Kentucky Derby, all 19 participants can be traced back through their lineage to 1973 Kentucky Derby winner and Triple Crown champion Secretariat. Secretariat sired more than 660 foals. Mugshots in the 1800s used to be taken with hands over your chest for extra identification. 10,000 acres of Tohono O'odham Reservation was flooded by a dam in 1960. In compensation, the tribe could add unincorporated land to its reservation. Instead of a rural area, the tribe won a lawsuit to build a casino in unincorporated land in the Phoenix metro area over Arizona's objections in 2017. Catnip has the complete opposite effect on dogs as it does cats. While it acts as a stimulant for cats, it's actually a sedative for dogs. The Denise and Sandra Huxtable castings were the runner-up choices. Lisa Bonet won the role for Denise after the frontrunner refused to commit to the production schedule out of ambition to become a singer. The frontrunner for Sandra was forced to turn down the role after winning Miss America. Slavery was practiced in modern-day Romania from the founding of the principalities of Wallachia and Moldavia in 13th and 14th centuries. That was until it was abolished in stages during the 1840s and 1850s. Most of the enslaved people were Romani ethnicity. Hispanic Heritage Month starts on September 15th because it's the Independence Day of 5 Latin American countries. It was created as Hispanic Heritage Week by Lyndon Johnson but expanded to a month by Ronald Reagan. American sculptor Alexander Calder built a fountain of Mercury for the Spanish Republican Pavilion for the 1937 World's Fair in Paris. In 2017, Wrigley pulled a Mother's Day commercial featuring a mother feeding her adult son Skittles via an umbilical cord after receiving a poor response to the ad. Oh, really? Shocker! It was said to have been made for every mother who likes gross jokes and taken down for every mother who doesn't. Elvis had an identical twin brother who was stillborn. Though he never knew his brother, this tragedy weighed on Elvis his whole life. His mother always told him he was living for two. Ferrari, Kowalski, and Smith are all occupational surnames referring to blacksmiths. It's the most common occupational name in Europe. Miyazaki Hidetaka, the creator of Dark Souls and Elden Ring, was banned from playing video games by his parents until he entered university. Jay-Z is banned from China due to constant use of vulgar language in music, according to the former Chinese Culture Ministry. The last words of the captain of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald were, "We are holding our own." The hologram appearance of Tupac Shakur at Coachella was actually created using a technique called Pepper's Ghost, which has been around for more than 150 years. But that's it. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Leave a comment and a like, and of course subscribe, because I've been putting out a lot of content. So be sure you turn on notifications as well. I'll see you soon.